Hello everyone, this is Linkimus Prime, and welcome to my 7,000 subscriber special review. And as per what was voted for on the most recent poll, today we will be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Commander class, Magmatron. This was a release I was super hyped for, but I find it odd to say considering I still haven't watched Beast Wars 2 yet, but I have been familiar with the character of Magmatron, and I love the design. Now, there are three key components that form Magmatron: Skysaur, the Quetzalcoatlus, Seasaur, the Elasmosaurus, and Landsaur, the Giganotosaurus. And out of these three, I will start by taking a look at Skysaur. When looking at the initial figure, there doesn't really seem to be much to talk about, and yeah, there really isn't. He's molded in primarily red plastic, and a lot of the sculpt work here is very nice. We get some rough and bumpy textures here on the body and neck, and we get some wrinkly textures on the wings as well. The head looks nice from the side, but it's only until you look at it from the front that things get a little goofy. When it comes to the paint, we get some dark red that fades back into the lighter red, and we get some gold details on the hands, feet, and beak, as well as yellow paint for the eyes and silver for the teeth. And all of this is very nicely applied. Coming to their articulation, we get a ball joint in the head, which allows for quite a bit of range, a hinge joint in the beak, an extra hinge in the neck, but it does end up looking a bit unnatural when utilizing this joint. The wings can move upwards, rotate on this mushroom peg, and can be splayed upwards. There's a hinge joint in the wing that can be used for a perch pose, and we get ball joints in the wrists, or whatever you call these, ball joints in the legs, hinge at the knee, hinge at the ankle, and a ball joint in the foot. Overall, Skysaur is alright, but not really my favorite. And now moving on to, unironically, one of my favorite of the three, Seasaur. This guy is incredibly silly to me, but I love him. Looking over everything, there isn't a whole lot to talk about, but I just have to point out this patch of metallic teal on the back. I just really like how it looks. However, there's this whole hinge section that is missing it, and it kind of just breaks up the sculpt. Majority of the figure is molded in green plastic, and we get lots of nice bumpy sculpt work all around. Other areas of paint are primarily on the head. We have silver teeth, yellow eyes, and pink for the tongue. Now, one of the biggest reasons this is my favorite is due to the functionality. It pretty much does what it needs to, even though he's just a big green football, but the neck articulation is just fun to mess around with. We get all these segments that swivel and hinge up and down. We also get a hinge at the jaw, and the flippers are also able to move as well. Overall, I just enjoy the compactness of this guy, but that's really about it. And finally, we have Landsaur, and I love the way this guy looks. He's just another big purple dinosaur like someone we all know. No, not him. That big purple dinosaur, yeah, him. I do like the molding on this figure. Like the others, he has nice texturing details and decent paintwork on the head, like this metallic green on the eyes and silver for the teeth and nails. But unfortunately, I do have some gripes with this figure. My main issue is how limited he is. There isn't much he can really do, and moving most parts of him just kind of breaks up the overall look. They also completely skipped over this entire segment right here where he should have been painted, and unfortunately, I'm positive it was supposed to be like that, which... But besides those issues, he still looks really good. The articulation, like I mentioned, is not great. I don't expect much, and he also has to combine with these other guys, so they tried, but it's still awkward. Up and down at the head, and there's also this area in the neck that can shift upwards and downwards to fill in the gaps, side to side, and a very limited opening jaw that I wish could open more, but it gets stopped easily due to the sculpt. The arms are on ball joints so they can move outward and inward and rotate all the way around. Legs can kick forward and back, but it's not very ideal, and it also knocks a few parts out of place. Bend at the knee, up and down at the ankle, an ankle pivot, side to side, and a little bit of up and down at the tail. Landsaur's alright, but you want to know what's more than alright? This combine mode. And when we're done, we are left with Magmatron, and he looks overall stunning. We pretty much get all the details we saw in their dino modes, but of course, with new ones. The head looks really nice with this gold head crest, and the face itself is in the same green that is on Seesaw. We also have some silver accents on the eyes that are painted a nice lighter green, and of course the sides of the head are just ginormous wings, which is a silly yet awesome design element. We get some gunmetal gray for the arms and crotch region, and we get some more gold highlights all around with lots more amazing sculpt work and mechanical details throughout. And of course, we have this faux torso region that is made to look like another part of Skysoar, and is kind of wrapped around it, which I do find odd as all 4 of his appendages are already visible. So does this imply that he has another set of hands? Who knows? We also get these parts that come off the wings and can be used as swords, and we also get the main sword, which unfortunately for me is pretty badly warped due to the flexible material it's made from. But it is also painted in this metallic silver and looks really cool. We also get the shield, which is just the underbelly of Seesaw. We also get these purple blast effect pieces, and they can just play. I don't really care anyway. Articulation! Articulation on this figure is pretty decent. I will be moving these down just for, yeah. So basically we do get a swivel in the head, and everything here is pretty much connected, so all of this will move, but we don't really get anything else besides that. So yeah, we do get rotation at the arms, and that can go all the way around, and it can move outward and inward. Rotation at the bicep, more than 90-degree bend at the elbow. We do get a swivel in the wrist, and another cool thing is that we do have hand articulation, so the fingers can open and close, and there is articulation in the thumb. Nothing else really, and that is mostly just for show, because this hole right here is basically what holds the weapon, so not necessarily the hands themselves. But yes, there is that. We do get a swivel, or I guess not really. I thought... Oh wait, there we go. Sorry, you have to move that out of the way, and then you can get a slight swivel at the waist, but it's not really all that much. Another thing too is you can utilize the tail movement if you want to just kind of have it put off to the side, just for, you know, make it easier to, you know, put it against a shelf if you're displaying, or just to save some space. So yeah, that is cool. The legs can kick forward. Actually, I'm going to move the arms out of the way. So the legs can kick forward about that much, and back about that much, so pretty much same articulation we got in dinosaur mode. The side skirts can move out to accommodate for some kicking out range. We do have a more than 90-degree bend at the knee, which is really nice. We do have, I think I said a swivel in the thigh, I can't remember, you know, up and down at the ankle, and you gotta lock that back in, but there you go. And then of course a pivot at the ankle. So yeah, articulation is pretty good. Nothing too much. Of course, there are certain areas that are limited, like the head and the waist, but that's just mostly because of, you know, the fact that this has to combine. But yeah, so overall, pretty nice. For a quick size comparison, here he is next to the Legacy Leo Convoy and the Commander Class Ultra Magnus. Overall, the robot mode is amazing, but there is one more mode that was included, and it's just really funny to me. And here we have a reference to The Boys. I'm sorry if you understood that joke. I will pay for your therapy for reminding you of that. I won't actually, I'm broke. And there's not really much for me to say about this mode besides the fact it's just utterly bizarre. So that's really about it. I gotta say, this is definitely one of my favorite Commander class figures, and I'm definitely happy that this is a character that was revisited. He feels worth that Commander class price point, and it's always nice to see and pick up another one of these guys each year. Speaking of which, the new Commander SS86 Optimus Prime looks amazing, and I will absolutely have to review that guy when he comes out. But anyways, guys, that's really about it for this review. Magmatron is starting to hit Target shelves right now because, you know, Target's finally figuring out how to stock their shelves after 5 years of borderline and he goes for around 90 bucks, which is pricey, but he's worth it. But anyways, guys, that's about it for this video. Thank you all again for 7,000 subscribers. That is absolutely insane to me. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.